Training Camp Weather, sponsored by Weaver Overhead Door. News Press Now's Game of the Week, brought to you by Price Chopper.
Welcome back. High school football season has finally returned after many months, and on Friday, the three St. Joseph high schools plus Savannah took the field at Spratt Stadium for Jamboree action to kick off the season. This is the first time Savannah has been invited to take part in the St. Joseph Jamboree, and they did not disappoint. Let's go to Spratt Stadium to catch some of the action. We start with Savannah versus Lafayette. Here the Savages inside the 5. Kate Chappelle punches it in, and Savannah, they would win 18-6 there. Kate Chappelle looking to have another big year. Over to Central against Benton on the other end. Gabe Fields, another man who's looking to have a big year. Already scored once before this, and this time he scores on the swing pass from 18 yards out. That's why he's getting some D1 looks. Central would win that matchup 18-3. Well, in quarter two, Benton and Lafayette, the pass to Austin Zambrano Saxton is broken up nicely by Kaisden Robertson in the end zone. And how about a nice pass breakup for Benton, and good play on the screen by Donovan Cooper. Lafayette would win that matchup with a late touchdown, 6-0. Savannah, they would win the Jamboree after defeating Lafayette, Central, and Benton. A clean sweep, 3-0 by the Savages. Jacob Michael is at Missouri Western with more.
Thanks, Calvin. I'll just touch on each team very briefly here, and I'll start with the Savannah Savages, who ended up winning the Jamboree in their first ever appearance here at Missouri Western. They played very soundly defensively and offensively. Defensively, the most points they gave up tonight was just 6 points to Lafayette. Offensively, they made the most of each and every opportunity, were able to move down the field methodically. They're not a team that's going to beat you with big shots down the field, right? It starts and ends with Cade Chappelle, who, of course, Anthony Hayes didn't want to use his star running back a lot tonight, but with the opportunities that Chappelle was given, he was able to put some points on the board in this one. He's still going to be a force for the Savannah Savages. Will they find a dynamic that's, opposite of him? As for Benton and Lafayette, it's going to be some growing pains. They're going to have to figure out their identity. For Lafayette, under first-year head coach Nate Doherty, do they find something that complements that air raid offense? Do they find a running game with the bodies that they have? It's going to be a lot of passing down the field, a lot of deep shots. Can they find something to sort of balance that out and keep defenses honest? For Benton and first-year head coach Corey Bertini, same sort of situation. Do they find a running game that complements Jackson Rich when he is out there throwing the ball, slinging it from sideline to sideline? What is their identity going to be? How are they going to bring that Southside mentality to help them win those football games throughout the season? And as for Central, what are they going to find opposite of Gabe Fields? We know how spectacular he is with the ball in his hands. He's going to score a lot of touchdowns, rush for a lot of yards. He's going to be involved in the passing game as well. He had a receiving touchdown on a swing pass tonight, but will they find something opposite of him? And then defensively, will they tackle and will they keep teams out of the end zone in order to stay in those games throughout the year? But every team starts their season next week. We'll, of course, be keeping up to date with each and every one of these city high school teams, as well as Savannah, as they, of course, embark on what will hopefully for these teams be a very successful season for each one. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Jacob. Well, Mid-Buchanan was hosting their own Jamboree on Friday. Those that participated were Mid-Buck, Maysville, Gallatin, and West Platte. We caught up with Dragons head coach Aaron Fritz, who discussed what he thought went well, what he'd like his team to improve on, and how excited the team is ahead of the official kickoff to the season.
I thought our guys played fast. We got a lot of young guys out there, but they did a good job of pursuing to the football, getting lined up, doing the little things. We obviously have a ton of things to clean up, but I like that our kids played hard the entire night and we didn't have any letdowns in terms of effort. We had a couple penalties and not getting lined up and being on the line and off the line correctly. And when you have illegal procedures and stuff like that, that's a killer on drives. And we had a couple of those tonight that hurt us. So we've been harping on it in practice, trying to push the kids to do a better job. And they got to keep getting better at that little stuff. I think the kids are ready. Us coaches are going to spend all night here digging into film, watching what we need to get better at, and hopefully get some midway film here soon and start breaking that down. And I think the kids are ready to get the scouting report and all the film watched and start preparing for that big game next Friday night. It's go time.
It is go time, and St. Joe Christian hosting a Jamboree going against Kansas City East. Defense showing up early. Nice strip by Logan Hubble to erase a touchdown, and still on defense, tight end out in the flat. Gained some yards, but look at this hit by the St. Joe defender. Knocks the cameraman around. He's all right, but the hits, they were there tonight. Now on offense, a quick pitch to Kai Carlson. He's got room, he's got blockers, and he has speed as he goes all the way for a touchdown. And what about Levi Miller? He had the option to pitch it, decides to keep it, and that's smart. Defender goes after the running back, allowing an easy touchdown for St. Joe, and another behind-the-line pass. Hubble again. Don't let this man get to the sidelines because it's hard to stop him out there. Kansas City East back on offense. Chucks this one deep. Casey almost comes down with it, but two defenders there for the Lions, and St. Joe Christian, they had their running game and blocking down, and they'll look to improve from a 1-9 overall record last season. That's all that we have for sports, but we'll have plenty more, including your final forecast after this.